Today, Breuer and Shaka talk about the number 33 and the things that bother us. Rob Schneider reaches out to Jim during the pandemic, and what if the election was already overturned? Trim your nuts and reduce those cuts while Jim mansplains Manscaped on this episode of Brewer's Bunker. You got your glasses, right? Because it is a bunker episode.
Well, not only do I have my glasses, forget the fact that it's a bunker. I'll tell you this. Today, I went to the eye doctor, and I don't know if it's still all the way up until about 5 minutes ago. You know, when you go to the eye doctor, they dilate your eyes and they check.
Right.
The good news is my eyes are still really good. I need like nighttime glasses, but I don't know if you can see it. I looked like I was tripping on mescaline and mushrooms for like the last 3-4 hours. My wife Dee was like, "Oh my God, you look crazy. You look absolutely crazy." And I think they're starting to go down, but wow, that was just they were like this. This was all black. All you saw was pure black with a lining of blue.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yes, today's a bunker. So I will start off with this right out of the gate. Everything said today is all alleged. I'm not an expert. I don't know squat. It's all just thoughts. It's all just conversations. So with that said, to meet all the guidelines, everything is just ridiculous, and take it with a grain of salt. Okay? So we don't have to I don't know any nutballs out there going, "That's not fact, that's not." We don't know. This is why we're going in the bunker. I don't even know what the bunker's about today. I'm not gonna, oh no, I do have one really, really good video that I've been waiting to show you for a long, long time. And I kept searching and I kept searching. And in this video, dude, my wife and I saw this in the very beginning of the you know what. And I kept searching and searching and searching, and I couldn't find it again. And out of nowhere, it popped up on the feed. Someone sent it to me. And I went, "Oh my God, yes!" So we're going to get to that video. I'll let you use your own mind. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a video. It's stupid. Makes no sense. Silly. Dumb. But it is interesting to look at. So a couple things. One is, hey, I'm Zooming tonight. You're watching me on YouTube. It is Friday, and I just dumped another. Dump is not a good word. It's like coming out of my ass. I don't want to say dumped. I put on YouTube today another comedy special. Yes, you can still watch Somebody Had to Say It, and it's crushing. Thank God. But now there's another one. It's called Silly in San Diego. And a couple months ago, this was actually, God, it was months ago. And every month on Patreon, like my Patreon members are watching the concert the last 3-4 days. And I got cool responses, but they were like, "Hey man, this is one of the concerts you live streamed." I live stream shows at least once a month. There's a good one playing right now of me working out in Colorado from the Colorado one. We just, the run that me and Joe Sib went on. And a lot of that material I'm going to be working out over the next couple months. And I'm pretty excited about that too. So, you know, the Patreon also, we're doing the Zoom tonight, just me and you guys, and we talk and interact is kind of fun. Patreon's kind of fun. And again, if you're thinking about just join for a month and then dump it. You don't want to pay every month. You want to get in there. You're in there 1 month. You get to download all the Patreon podcasts, completely different from the Breuniverse. And then from there, you can look and see all the shows and all that jazz. So there's that. One of the other things I was going to tell you, I got a lot of dates coming up. Right now, I did Louder with Crowder. You know who that is, right, Mike?
Yeah, Annie actually just sent me the episode. I can't wait to watch it.
I haven't seen. I just know the conversation was a lot of fun, really cool. Dave Landau, who was actually on here in the Breuniverse, he's on with Louder with Crowder. Very funny, really funny guy, good human being. We had a great dinner. I flew in. We went to dinner. It was me, him, one of the producers. Really cool people. What I liked was Crowder has his dad around. So his dad runs a lot of things. He's got family working with him. I love watching a whole family run thing. He runs everything himself. And I really, it was a great conversation. There is a moment in there where I was like, should you, it's again, it's all legend. I don't want, it's a legend. So if you watch the Louder with Crowder with me, it's called Ash Wednesday or whatever, because every Wednesday, there's a moment where, whatever, we're talking and he throws out something, and I'm kind of hoping people just kind of glaze over it, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that's a whatever. It is what it is. Oh, we got a sponsor. You, Mike, by the way, you still sporting that beard?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Well, then you're the one that should look into Manscaped. Have you ever tried that? Manscaped?
No, but I hear good things.
All right. So listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't use all the products. What I honestly use is I get these, I'm 50, so I get these snot hairs that hang out and it really pisses me off. And I get hairs that the older you get, hair is just like, we're going to start growing on your ears. So I use the snot box trimmer because normally I'm used to it. I pluck it and it makes you sneeze and all that jazz. I'm telling you, they're cool products. You know, I'm not just trying to sell them. I personally use the snot box one, the nose trimmer. Crush it with that thing. They also have products for other things. Some people like to groom certain areas. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mike?
You talking about the balls, Jim?
Ah, dude. Yeah, I'm afraid. It's not my thing. I'm afraid to put anything sharp near there. However, my friend Gene, he's always like, dude, do you use Manscaped? Oh, no, he goes, dude, let's just say, when you trim the bushes, the tree looks bigger. So Manscaped hears about this, and they want to start sponsoring the Breuniverse, which I think is cool. So go on the website. What is it? Manscaped, right? With a D?
Correct. Yeah, manscaped.com.
Okay, so if you go on manscaped.com and you're going to order a product, Breuniverse, make sure you spell it right, Breuniverse. That is your code to get 20% off. And free shipping and handling. Boom, that's the way to go. So I would like to thank Manscaped. All right. We're going to get to this video, and we're going to bring on Shaka for the bunker. I wanted to get Eddie Bravo, but he was tough. He's tough to get sometimes. Have you seen the? You know what? Let's bring on Shaka right now. Let's just get right to it. What's up, Jimbo?
Jimbo, what are you doing?
I'm getting excited about today. We haven't done this in a while.
We haven't, yeah.
Yeah. So I was in Colorado, blah, blah, blah. So, real quick, just conversational, Jimbo. Did you guys see Rob Schneider's interview?
No.
Let me just tell you something. Whether you like Rob Schneider or not, you know who he is, right?
Yeah. Didn't he come on our show years and years ago?
Okay, let's be honest. Yes, he did. And well, hold on. And I talked to Rob about this.
Okay.
So we're talking many years ago. Me and Jimbo were on Sirius Satellite Radio. And Rob came in, and I think he was still part of the Hollywood Zoo. And he was not he wasn't thrilled to be doing all the press. And when he came in, that's what you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
Right. And he seemed at that time, now we're talking mid 2000s. So we're
Right.
talking solid 15 years ago. And he was like, he seemed agitated with me. Or not just with me. He was just like, I saw, yeah, what were you going to say?
It seemed like honestly, it seemed like he was just trying to survive the jungle of Hollywood. Like, well, what are you doing? And what was he doing? And what am I? And what am, it was kind of like that kind of like what move do I make? Which way, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
100%.
Right.
So over time, we would cross his name. We'd have the same publicist. I started watching him, not so much his stand-up, not so much his movie career, the person, Rob Schneider. And I started really enjoying who Rob Schneider is, the human being.
Cool.
And I got to be dead honest with you. When I made that video about, I personally am not going to do venues that want you to do that to you. I had both angles coming, right? You had the negative, how dare you? How dare you don't care about your own people? You'll never be invited to a wedding, or you'll never be able to come to my Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, it was, don't even think you can come see the baby unless you got that injection. You understand me? So again, we're just speaking in fun, and I'm being truthful. Rob Schneider reached out and called me. And
During
it was,
all that.
yeah, out of all the people in the world, I never spoke with him unless it was an interview, that way back then, Jimbo. And he was so sincere, honest. He was so caring. And he gave me such great insight for me, my family, for what I did. And he was like, dude, listen to me. You started something. He goes, I know you don't know. You did just, do yourself a favor, enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, and just go back and trust me. And then he started really going into some details and some of the trials that he's been going through the last couple years. Because here's the thing about Rob Schneider that nobody knows. This man has been raging, and when I say raging, I'm not talking violence, raging against the machine. And he has not been in the public eye about it. He has not been able to do television and film for whatever reason. I know for a fact he was attached to a movie, and because of some of the things he says that are allegedly crazy, non-truthful, could be, who knows, was dropped and from work. And so I know it for a fact.
Like blacklists.
I don't know about the blacklist. I just know a specific project.
Right.
Where they were like, we got to take your name off this. And I was like, what? But Rob Schneider has been fighting the good fight longer than anyone could imagine.
Wow.
Dude, we're talking, he's been in Congress. Dude, no one knows this about him. So I started looking, I was like, whoa. And he started talking about this guy. He studies history. He knows what he's talking about. I don't know. I guess the interview is either Glenn Beck or where I think it's Glenn Beck. I don't know I don't know. I think so. He is sincere. He's honest. He comes from a passionate, truthful place from within. He uses his own mind to say what he has to say. He has no political ties. He's just a common sense, from what I see, a common sense. I want to give you the truth of where we're at. And I watched this interview. It was one of the most, I called him. I said, this is one of the most beautiful, powerful sides to you. And I think I just can't say enough great things about Rob Schneider, the human being. And I am rooting for him 120%.
Wow.
120%. Yeah. You got to watch this interview. It is, and again, without getting into detail, his history knowledge, like he studies history. He knows where all the money goes to. He mentioned things that are now coming out, whether they're true or not, where I was like, whoa, he was putting this out there a while ago. So maybe people start to understand a different side of Rob Schneider that's pretty amazing. So everyone at least check him out. I'm not saying he's hilarious. I don't know where he's playing. I really, you guys know me. I am not pushing anyone or anything because I don't get anything out of it. The only thing I get out of life that sometimes I put out is praying to God that humanity will be better. That is it. That is it. When I took nieces and nephews on the road with me, you were there. You were there.
Yep.
I'd always call them the World Therapy Tours. And I would get Jimbo and I go, listen, yes, we're doing stand-up gigs and we're doing shows and we're doing the music. We're here to help this one. And we're here to guide this one as men, as people with morals, and people to guide them in a good direction. So this is something me and Jimbo have been doing our whole lives. I got to say that about Rob Schneider, man. He's
wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. And it kind of, something along that made me think of like when you decided to really stand up and say, no, I'm not going to let this happen at the show. People might, like, if they look at you now, they might say, oh, he's jumping on the bandwagon. That's not the case at all. It was such a risk. You could have never got another gig again. Like, that could have been the end of your career. And it was a conscious, you went into it knowing that I might never, ever do another gig again. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean. My comedy special was immediately dropped.
Yep. Wow.
Somebody had to say it had a killer platform. It was coming out in November. We started getting pre-emails and pre-orders. So we started the pre-orders in October. It had in 2 weeks, had over, I think, like almost 3,000 people already pre-ordering it. And then we were going to do all these different tiers and blah, blah, blah. And the minute that came out, the minute that statement came out, they said, hey, man, we can't air this. So that was one. That is why I started Patreon. Because that was one. I also lost
venues, a lot of venues, dude. I remember.
And I won't throw it under the bus, but there was a major concerts down the pike, and they asked me, and they said, we can't do it. We're sorry. And it was their people. And that I didn't mind losing the gig. I mind that they had their people say it like that. Like, they call me and tell me to my face. Have enough integrity that we've known each other for so long to do that. Just had to be as anyway. So with that said, whoever's
it's like getting a divorce via text.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. And then replace me with dummies that are trying to do the same thing as me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me know how that works out. Anyway, so September 24th, I'm doing a sketch show. It's going to be live streamed. It's going to be, do you know the Reawaken American tour?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know about it?
Yes. That's General Flynn and all those guys.
Yeah. Clay Clark and all these guys. I got to say, I've done about 8 of them. They're the most passionate. I'm talking about the audiences. Passionate, beautiful, non-angry. It really baffles my mind. Like I finally blocked someone today on Instagram because they would send me stuff and send like, you're a Trump supporter. When did I say that? You're into violence and you see what happened on January 6th. If you believe,
right?
If you're still up, I can't take you seriously. I can't take you seriously. It's the great puppet hand show. It's like, by the way, here's a laptop where it shows a crack and shows prostitutes. Is that Lady Gaga in the background? Allegedly. We can't say. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm wackadoodle. I'm on crack right now. His crack. But it's January 6th, invasion, Morlock, invasion. It's comical. It's comical. Yeah, don't worry about gas prices and pushing for more war. And we're gonna tax higher. We're gonna steal more money from you. We're gonna pay debts that some people. But hey, January 6th.
Right.
It's comical if you don't see it at this point. I don't know how to help you. How do you not see the ridiculousness of the madhouse? I'm not gonna.
But you know what? You know what? Some people, I know people that would listen to me about like political stuff, and they're like, "What is this all about? What do you think is going on? What's going on?" And they were like on board with everything. This like one good friend I have. I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay.
That.
Do I know him?
Yes, you know him. You know him very well.
Okay.
Anyway,
does he make us laugh?
He makes me laugh, but he would never come on our show. Back in the day. Okay.
Got it. All right, go.
But anyway, he was on board with everything, and then he goes, "You know what? After January 6th, I can't be associated with I had to walk away. These people did all this stuff." I'm like, they figured out a way to get you. They got you. And I said that. I said, you know what? And that's how they get you.
They're trying. You know? What are we, 8 months, 9 months later? A year and 9 months later? Like, what? I mean, what? And that's what you still listen. Have you seen other countries? Right. Insurrection is when you tear it down and pull out the people in charge, and they burn the place down.
It's not when they say doors open. Come on in.
It's not when the guy's going, hey, okay,
this way.
Come this way.
That way is the White House is that way. Yeah.
Hey, you, put your mask on and the hat. You need the hat. Wait. The makeup ain't ready yet. Put the makeup on. Okay. Can we have the photographers? Okay, let's do it. Hey, how is Saturday Night Live not doing that? Anyway, so I got a video. I don't know. Do you have anything today? I got a video.
I do have a couple of things I want to talk about.
Okay.
But show the video. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Do you all know, allegedly not true, wackadoodle, I'm on crack, the number 33?
I do.
What supposedly not true, absolutely nonsense.
What do I know about?
Yeah, the number 33. When you see the number 33 in headlines, the number 33 in the papers, they mention the number 33. It is associated with what? Supposedly, allegedly, full-blown
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with Freemasons.
Yes, bing, 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 bing. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have for Jimmy Shaka? We've got the following. It's Manscaped.com. And if you want it right now, it's 20% off. Just put in code Breuniverse. And you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Congratulations, Jimmy Shaka.
I won.
You won. The number 33 is bang, 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 Freemason.
That's right. When you're a 33rd degree Mason, that's like the highest level of Masonry you can become.
Yes. Which I think is I think it's known. I don't think they hide it.
Now,
I don't know for a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
So when the madness broke out, okay, I saw a montage of news reporters, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, it's that blatant. And normal society doesn't understand codes. A lot of times when you're watching politics, they're not talking to you. They're talking in codes to the higher tiers. Okay? Just like you and your friends, when you speak in code, it's so everyone else doesn't understand. Check this video out.
As of today, and I say as of today at this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for the virus.
Yesterday we had 22 cases. Today we have 33 cases, so it has gone up by 11. That brings, those are 11 new cases. 22 goes to 33.
As we sort through this here in Arkansas, today we have 33 confirmed positive cases in Arkansas.
As of today, we have 33 confirmed cases with Boston residents. We expect those numbers to climb.
As of this afternoon, we have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive for COVID-19.
Who cares?
So as of this morning, there were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
Evening to you. Lots to get to tonight. I'm Leon Hendricks. We want to start with new information into our newsroom. Within the past couple of hours, there are now 33 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Richard Gearhart. Karina Corral has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number now to 33.
Come on!
Right now, Georgia is reporting a total of 99 cases in 19 counties. That is 33 new cases from yesterday.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Swenson. More cases and more events affected. Here is the latest coronavirus news. There are now 33 cases in Louisiana. As expected. The number of cases of COVID-19 jumps. A total of 33 people in our state have been tested and are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
Day 4 of the shelter-at-home order brought 6 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus to San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number to 33.
Come on!
All troopers will be professional, polite, and will treat everyone with dignity and respect.
These latest steps as the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Rhode Island jumps by 33 overnight.
Are you
If your email
kidding
inbox
me?
is out of control and you've given...
Are you kidding me? So you're going to sit and watch what was just shown and say coincidence. Coincidence? Just for all the... No. Before... Play it one more time, and I want you to listen to...
Well, actually, there's a video that Shaka shared earlier that I have cut up that mentions that same thing, but you're also in the video. Someone put you in there.
What?
Want to see it? This is really cool, Jim. Yeah, this is cool.
This is badass. I'm gonna play it.
Okay. It's a legend.
Everything your government has told you about this virus is a lie.
Trust the experts. Trust the experts.
Whoa! Are you afraid of the flu? Don't bother me. I mean, that's the reality of how people perceive flu. So we really do have a problem of how the world perceives influenza, and it's going to be very difficult to change that unless you do it from within and say, I don't care what your perception is, we're going to address the problem in a disruptive way and in an iterative way, because you do need both.
Make sure you wear your mask at all times. Do your part. It is a federal crime. We catch you with that mask below your nose.
Don't ask questions.
Do what you are told. It is for your safety.
We have 33 confirmed positive tests.
COVID-19 in Thailand remains at 33.
33.
Wow.
33.
33.
Wow.
33.
33.
There were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
33.
There was 33 everywhere.
Wow.
I think that was Red Team Go. I think 33 is like Red Team Go. Everybody goes, okay, let's do it. It's time.
89% until 94% of those PCR tests are false positive.
It doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing you ended up with really was going to hurt you or anything like that.
Everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death.
We didn't understand that it's a fairly low fatality rate and that it's a disease mainly of the elderly, kind of like flu.
This isn't going to be run on CNN for a week.
No flu to be found.
You got lied to and fell for this shit.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
Wow.
Why are we being pressured to add COVID?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
You are correct. I should not be giving these vaccines ever.
You've been subject to propaganda and lies by people who are very well trained in how they do that.
Only one person in the entire state died from the flu.
So when you deny this stuff, or when you don't want to believe this stuff, you don't face reality, it's only hurting you.
They relied on people's ignorance. Everybody sees what's going on. People woke up, man. They're not looking for anybody to save them. They're saving themselves. There's your flu last year. Here's your flu this year. Literally doesn't even exist.
Can't wait.
Well, I can tell you this, everyone. That video is full-blown comedy. It's a joke. It's not real. It's silly. Our comedic team, I'd like to give a shout out to all the funny people that put together this nonsense. It's ridiculous. Nothing to see here. Full-blown alleged. I will say this. Wow. That's a great comedy skit, Shaka.
Holy shit. But that's apparently that's a movie that's coming out or documentary or something called there's a website on the link. It said fluvid19.com or something like that. Interesting.
Fluvid19.com.
Yeah, it was in the link. If we rewind, you'll see it. It's throughout the video. Very interesting. I saw that on
So what I just want to ask people is like try to listen, if you don't believe in faith, you don't believe in if you're a coincidence guy, how do you come up with, like, are you really going to look at the same thing over and over and stick your head in the sand and pretend you didn't just see all that?
You know, there's that saying, it's easier to fool someone than to convince them they've been fooled. I think it's like Mark Twain said that, right? And it's so true. At the whole world, it's like every day I walk out the door and that's what I'm looking at. You know, and it's hard to tell people you're being bullshitted to.
It's a lot of ego, a lot of pride, a lot of on a very smaller note, I was in Newark in the airport. There was a hotel, the Marriott Hotel at Newark Airport. And I was waiting to fly out the next day. I just did Gutfeld and I went back and there was a woman sitting next to me. There was two women sitting next to me. And there was a guy talking, and he's like, he's a big talker. And he's talking about he's in the FBI. And I'm just sitting there listening, you know what I mean? My French, I was like, this guy, who sits at a bar saying they're in the FBI, and who says he's like, you know, when we get on planes, you know, I got to know who's the other FBI. So, you know, things go down, we don't shoot each other. So we said blah, 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 blah. But when he also says I'm a pilot, so I'm listening to all this great entertainment. As I'm listening, the other woman, is woman one, woman two. Woman two goes, "Oh, you're a pilot?" He goes, "Well, you know, I only fly certain planes." And he goes, she goes, what kind of plane? And he hold on a second. My husband, I swear to God, it's a true story. My husband is a pilot. And she starts dialing the phone. And this guy's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to have a cigarette. And he leaves. And he doesn't come back.
Right.
And so it turns out this woman to my left has been seeing this guy for over a year. And the other woman starts going, you don't think it's weird that this man is left? And he went for a cigarette because 20 minutes went by. He didn't come back. Then a half hour went by and didn't go back. And she's going, he's a liar. He's a con artist. And this went on for 45 minutes. And then we both started asking him questions like, how long you known this guy? And then, but the point of the story is she knew it, but didn't want to admit she'd been conned.
Right.
And if you don't want to admit you've been conned on a level that small, imagine how you feel if you were, not saying you were, not saying it's truth, not saying it's a fact, just allegedly, goofiness, silliness, character.
Mm-hmm.
If you were conned into anything else, especially with what you just saw, and you were conned to believe you shouldn't have relatives over, and you were conned to believe you should have gone into a war that had weapons of mass, and you were conned of things so great and dark and evil,
right?
But you will not put your human soul to the forefront and go, okay, you got me, but you know what? That'll never happen again. That is on you, the individual. That's on you. That's your humanity. Humble thyself. Humble thyself and start to learn from it. Exist.
Yeah. It's kind of tragic.
It's very sad. It's very tragic. And I know for a fact, I've got a couple friends now.
Yeah.
And one has come up and said, it's kind of weird that, it is a little weird. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm really sick. It does make me wonder, but they still won't go there because of the lack of humbleness in their own humanity. I don't know. You have to humble yourself, and you have to do not stick your head in the sand.
Don't be afraid to say, I got played. I got played.
If you got played.
If you got played.
If you got played.
Right. Explore the possibility. It could be possible. We could be getting played. Right?
Yes.
Maybe something's going to come by, and only those that did that survive, right? And all of a sudden we're all gone. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? So, yeah. What were you going to say, Jimbo?
Did you know? I was on Patel's show.
Oh, the guy that was on Breuniverse.
The guy that was on, Patel Patriot, right?
Yes, and then I had him on what do you call it, on the Patreon page.
Right.
Although I do think everything he said we can clearly put on the Breuniverse, but I just didn't want.
I wish you would get that. I think that should get out there, the one-on-one, because I saw it and I thought it was really powerful, dude.
Oh
it was
my
powerful.
dude, people loved it. So I'm going to revisit it, and I'll just hit it with this is all nonsense. And we said it multiple times, like, dude, we're just having a conversation.
Right.
None of it's real. It's just a conversation. That's all. Mm-hmm. So I definitely have to revisit putting that out there. Go ahead.
Right. No, but he said, hey, you want to come on my show? So I went on his show. It was great. It's funny though, because me and you, like, we've hung out with, like, I mean,
Deepak.
Like Deepak Chopra, let's say, actors out the yin yang, musicians, rock stars, Dio, my idol, right? Metallica, hung out with all these guys, and it's like, oh wow, that's cool, that's them. Me hanging out with the two of those guys, I was more nerve-wracked and excited to be with them than Dio, which is,
I remember when Deepak Chopra came on, and he was huge at the time. And me and you knowing each other for so long, and what we've observed in life's history since we were pretty much teenagers.
Yeah.
To have that man come on, one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my whole life that I still hold dear to this day was the moment of you and Deepak literally just hitting the ball to one another. He was engulfed in you. He was his ideologies and you were on the same page. It was such the chemistry. It was one of the most beautiful things in the world. It's really interesting where we were on Breuer Unleashed compared to now. It's all happening. What we were saying.
Oh my God. It really is. It really is crazy. Yeah.
Wild. Remember Mr. X? Everything's Mr. X now.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
He's got to make an appearance one of these days.
I think so. I got to talk to Mike how to do that. What else you got, Jimbo, if anything?
Okay. I have a great question.
Okay.
What if the election was already overturned? And
I heard about this.
And the TV's just not saying it. What if they because the TV's just monkeypox.
All right, well, let me ask you something, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say this is where I get confused on that theory.
Yeah.
Let's say it's overturned because I started hearing that rumbling. Like what has happened is it has been overturned in the fake underground, get the hell out of here, spoofy, not fact world. And it's not coming out to whatever.
Yeah.
But let's say that's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm confused of why you're allowing all this to happen. Why are you allowing...
I'll tell you why.
Why are you allowing everything on TV still?
Because of my mom.
What is that, ratings? I don't get it.
Because...
Selling last products that you have left? I don't get it.
Because never in my life would I think my mom would walk into the room one day and say, Jimmy, did you know that Podesta was doing things to children? I just heard this. I was watching it's on the whatever she was watching. It was on Facebook. I just saw this. They're starting to learn. She goes, oh my God, you got to come in here, watch this. Glenn Beck, right, was another thing.
I'm doing him, by the way.
That's great. That's great. He's
doing them, but you know what I mean.
Right. He's starting
escaping them, but
he's starting to reach these people, like the mainstream, because he used to be mainstream. So he does this whole devolution thing, and she's like, this is all make believe. When an 85-year-old woman that does nothing but watch television is starting to tell me about Hillary's emails, Podesta, devolution, are you kidding me? Right?
Interesting. That is interesting. So,
dude,
is it all right? So, in your opinion, which is not a fact, it's all legend. Let's say it is overturned, but you can't say no. Where there is some. Are they waiting to get those last trickles of people like your mom? Because I know for a fact there's someone in my neighborhood that's like, what? Although now it's very interesting.
Dude.
I have a friend, he's like, science. I don't believe in God. Science. Science is God, which to me is a cult at the end of the day. But let me finish this. I started telling him heavy stories, real stories that happened in my life. And he's like, dude, I don't know. Wow, you got me thinking. Where this guy would have never said anything like that. So you're never going to get everyone. Ever. You're going to have people that join the team, that stay on the team no matter what. But I still don't understand, then why not just go for it now? Like, are you worried about riots? Are you worried about, are they still,
you know what?
Like, what,
you know why?
Explain to me the theory.
Because, well, what I'm thinking is that it's going to be it's becoming more obvious. It's obvious that these people are knuckleheads. The people that are running things, you know what I mean? It's getting, like I said, it's getting to the more mainstream, to where okay, how great would this be? Trump walks into the White House and says, "Let's go, Brandon. Come on, you're out." Right? But he can't do that now, but it's getting close. You know what I'm saying? It's getting close where because what if that's the case where he has to,
you're on this. Okay, I got something with you. I understand. Like, for instance, the FBI. This is the first time in history, whether anyone believes it or not, where people are questioning the FBI. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes. It's the first time, whether you're the only people that are like, they hate Trump. I get it. Whatever, you hate him. I get it. They're like, I got to arrest him. He's got that. But so many other people going, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you got this laptop, which is a fact. It's not a goof. It's a fact.
Trust the science.
You have this collapsing saying, we knew that it wasn't as effective as everyone thought it was. Whoop. So more and more people are going, which is really funny. People get pissed about a judge ruling that doesn't even affect them personally. But I'll tell you what, if I had a and double and I lost my job, I'd be pissed right now. I'd be furious you did this to my life. And nobody, I'd be pissed. Are you just, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed that someone didn't invite me to Thanksgiving. I'd be pissed that I had to do this for my job. I'd be pissed if there was something wrong with me.
That my grandmother died in some place without seeing her family.
I'd be pissed if that woman with a scarf right now said, we knew. Quote, we knew it wasn't as effective. How are you not pissed? How are you not pissed?
Right.
So what I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying that people are going, that it's going to get to, it's getting to a point, it's getting mainstream to a point. Where
the FBI, it's the first time the FBI, it's like, wait a minute. So you're going after PTA people, but you got the laptop and
you had it,
and you had the election, and
yeah. Wait a second, yeah, and what's his name? Zuckerberg, right?
Wait, didn't he just come out, Rogan? What'd he say? He basically, what did he say exactly?
Yeah, he said, yeah, well, we were working with them, the FBI, whatever.
Yes.
We were working with them, and they said, let's
hold off on that.
Yeah, keep this stuff repressed. Right.
That over there and put this over here.
And if anyone posts about this, we're going to suppress it through your algorithms.
Ikne on the app top lay,
yep.
On the ties with Ina A and Ukraine. Wait, how do you say Ukraine?
Crane
way on the crane way. Right. Just like years ago, whether you liked it or not, was the first time people started questioning mass media. They now are questioning FBI, and they're questioning every level of the government, going, what the? Now, I don't know this for a fact. I'm just saying, I'm going into the conversation of that's an interesting theory, because I am starting to hear that just in coffee shops.
Yeah.
Sitting at a pub, I hear more and more like, it's a little weird. So maybe, So again, back to the theory. Let's just say as a goof, as for cartoon's sake, it's overturned. Okay, which they keep hinting towards too. He's chirping. He's got the new plane, which was, by the way, the same colors as JFK Jr.'s. A little weird. JFK Jr.'s George is coming back. That's a little weird. Why would a dead guy's magazine be coming back 20-something years later? A little weird. And it's all weird. Dude, it's all bunker material. Who knows? Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Anyway, this was exciting. And remember, we should be back in about 100 hours and 33 seconds.
33?
Yeah. And if you wait 33 minutes to order Manscaped, you'll get 20% off, which hopefully will come out to $33. Don't forget to see Jim Breuer on his 33rd consecutive show. It's all just a coincidence, everybody. Just a coincidence. All right, brother. Let's rock and roll. I love you. I know you got more stuff. We're going to get more stuff, and we'll put it on Patreon.
Yeah, I just wanted just a couple of things.
Let's go for it.
Something that's bothering me, and I know, and we like talking about things that bother us.
Yeah.
But okay, we're all starting to become aware of all this stuff. Even mainstream people are coming aware, and then they say we have to demand our freedoms. We have to demand our rights. We have to demand not to wear a mask. No, you don't. We got to demand that that we can walk on a beach again. Remember that during the whole COVID thing? Don't walk on a beach. We got to demand that we can walk on a beach. No, you don't. You know what you need to do? Walk on the beach.
Right.
Take the mask off. You don't. This is the Constitution. This is God-given. I'm not going to listen to another human being that tells me, dude, you're an equal to me. And if you're telling me, you might even be a lesser to me.
Yep.
You're telling me to do this. I'm not going to demand or ask anything of you. I know the Constitution, and I know I'm a sovereign human being. Anyway,
well, it's interesting too, because I fly around a lot, and I still see people wearing masks, double masks. I still see them with their children masked, and that's a personal choice. But I would be a liar if I told you that I feel sad that your mind is still full of terrorism, that they're infiltrating your head, and you truly believe going into an airport, giving your luggage to someone, getting your tickets, going to the bathroom, touching everything you touch. You go to the bathroom, you're fixing your mask. You're on an airplane. You're on a tube.
Right. Confined. Tube. All the air is going like this.
And all the sockets above you are blowing. And you really, really still are invested that okay. Wow. I don't.
But in their mind, they're doing the right thing, and the tragic thing is that they look at you like
no, they don't. Not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. The masses now look at them and go, Jesus Christ. Seriously, for crying out loud, dude.
Right?
Don't you see 90% of us are going, now we're done.
Right.
90%. 90. Easy.
Yeah.
I sit there and I count. I make videos. I'll make a video. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not mask. There's one mask. 11, 12. There's 2 masks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, here's a whole family of masks. There's a family of masks. Oh wow, the 3-year-old's mask. Okay, that's smart. 2, 3, 4. It's 90% that goes. What the dude? What the? I get it. You got cancer. I get it. You got you're sick. But the whole, I don't know. I don't. It pisses me off. What's cool is like, this is all going to be Patreon now. I love, isn't it? Do you have any more videos, by the way?
Well, I thought it was interesting that Trump has his Truth Social, right?
Yeah.
And 20 years ago, me and you were just hanging out in like the back room in Limbrook, and we'd made this little clip. It's the truth. The truth. Brought to you by the truth. Wait, was that the whole clip that you had? Yeah,
right. That was the little.
But anyway, no, it was me. Yeah, it was right. We said let's make something called The Truth. Right.
Do you remember the song we made? I mean, of course you do. They Don't Want You to Think.
Yeah.
So me and Jimmy used to. Me, Jimmy, our friend Larry and Paul would go in Jimmy's basement and we just jam. That's all we do. Nothing written. And that one day we went in. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff we had. We should put that out there, even if it's just on Patreon, to just kind of goof around. And that song, Think They Don't Want You to Think. And that was full blown riffing.
Yeah.
Full blown riffing. But that's how long you and I have been at this, Jimmy.
Yeah. And it's, think how hard it is, or whoever's listening to this, if you think how hard it is to talk to people about it now, imagine 20 years ago,
No.
Yeah.
No. So,
but
anyway,
that's also experience. Like,
correct.
Like you doing stand-up. How hard was it the first time you got on stage, or the first 5 years you were on stage?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. And it took so much time and all that jazz, but it's amazing, man. I love having you around, Jimbo.
Yeah, man.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on, you can find me on Truth Social at just Jimmy Shaka, Shaka. You can find me on Telegram at The World According to Shaka, Shaka. And that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. I love you, brother. Thanks for hanging out in the Breuniverse today. Have a safe one. Jimmy Shaka, everybody. So there you go. That was the bunker today. I don't know if my pupils are still dilated from the eye drops going to the eye doctor, but if they are, I apologize. How they look, Mike?
They look fine. I mean, you also have that bright light on your face, so they're going to bring them down a little bit.
I do have that bright light. Hey, man, I hope you enjoyed today. Again, Patreon, check it out. Thank you, Manscaped. That's manscaped.com, manscaped.com. 20% off if you want any of their products, and it's free delivery. But make sure you use the code Breuniverse. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today. I wish you all the best. It's all just whatever. As the world turns, make sure your world turns. Make sure your world is nurtured. Your world is given the right things to clear your mind, clear your heart. Yes, I know a lot of us, it's hard not to get caught in the madness of everything, but it's very important that you turn it all off. And the more you turn it off, the easier it is to see what it truly is. Because when you come back, it looks sillier and sillier every time you see it. I wish you all the best. Thanks for hanging out on the Breuniverse. Don't forget, the special's out right now. You can watch tonight, Silly in San Diego. And what I'm doing is basically riffing a lot. I'm very over the top. I was super animated that night, which is why I call it Silly in San Diego. It was maybe a couple months after the special came out, so I'm still a little riled up about some of the things going on. I couldn't really, the theaters weren't open, so I was still playing some comedy clubs. So there was a lot going on emotionally and mentally with that. So I love you guys. I love all of you. And I wish you the very best. And I thank you for hanging out in the Breuniverse. Until the next time, safe journeys. Go find some love and laughter. This is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.